38, baby. Welcome back to another episode of the
Basement Boys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shut up, ass. I'm telling you.
Should it be a Z?
Fresh off the Andre Drummond episode.
Wink, wink.
Appreciate Dre for coming out once again, man. That was
big.
legendary, man.
It was very big.
I can't believe we got a Kobe story out of him. We got an MJ story out of him. We got a LeBron story out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot out of him. Detroit legend.
He been around the block once or twice.
Yep. We usually have a number for 38, but we realized nobody worth a shit wore the number 38.
Kurt Schilling wore 38.
A lot of old players wore 38.
Yeah, salute to Kurt Schilling, but we're not gonna call it Kurt Schilling. Wait, you don't know who Kurt Schilling is? Like, there's no guess.
Who's Kurt Schilling?
He's a baseball player. Yeah, no, I'm not mad at him for not knowing, but I mean, you should know. He's one of the.
Okay, just go. It's good. Kurt Schilling.
Oh man, we do, as always, have some amazing stuff for our viewers and our followers and new viewers, and hopefully, right now we're in smack dab in the middle of the NBA playoffs. We are currently in the middle of the NBA draft. Who's going to draft Shador?
NFL draft.
NFL draft. Who's going to draft Shador Sanders?
Nobody, it looks like.
Right now it's looking like
All right, prediction time, real quick, right off the bat. Who's going to draft him?
a team. Any team?
Yeah, who do you think's going to do it? Who do you think's going to end up doing it?
The Titans.
That would be sick. That'd be
It
crazy.
would be insane. I think the Steelers will wake up and decide, hey, let's just
You
draft.
think he's going to make it all the way to the third round?
Yeah, I mean, we're at the end of the second right now as we speak. I think they'll end
I
up
think
taking
a
him in the third.
team that already has a good quarterback is going to pick him up.
Back him up.
Like,
Learn the ropes.
like an older quarterback. So like a Rams maybe,
So the Jordan Love method.
the Jordan Love method.
I could see it.
The Jordan Love method. Maybe we'll see. We'll break the news. We have the notifications turned on. My sources always come to me and tell me what's going on. So I'll let you guys know.
Hakeem Schefter.
Hey, imagine I started going into that stuff.
You should.
No, I mean, I wouldn't be
We'll get
surprised.
some more clout for the spot.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Breaking news on ESPN. Boom, it's me. LeBron James is playing. He is not going to retire. He's going to play in his 47th-year-old season.
The problem is when you text, nobody's gonna understand what the hell you're saying.
Because it comes out so fast.
We understand.
Yep.
But like,
All right, boys. Let's get into some NBA basketball. We're smack dab in the middle of the first round. First round. We got some snoozers.
As expected.
It's the first round. Some teams get their asses whooped and some teams don't. But we got some close ones, too. We got some good ones. Yeah.
Shout out Detroit, New York.
Yeah,
good ones.
maybe.
three.
It's been a fun playoff so far, not going to lie to you. The Lakers series is great. The Pistons won. I don't even if you don't live in Detroit, I feel like everybody's watching that series and have close eyes on that one. The Clippers in Denver
That's probably
is a
the best
pretty
series.
sick one. Rockets and the Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh man, I keep forgetting
Yeah,
about
man.
that.
Like there's some series that they could go either way. That's actually what I'm gonna start off with you guys though. I want us to do some predictions for the rest of the first round. So I know that we're already in the middle of it, but I want us to predict who we think is gonna win the series.
Like it.
You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right, so let's do this. We're gonna predict the remaining of the first round. Who's gonna win, Detroit or the Knicks?
The Knickerbockers.
I got Detroit.
Listen, I know from Detroit, man, but I can't be biased, man. I think the Knicks are gonna win that series.
I stuck with it 2 episodes ago. I told you that was like my bold prediction. They were like the dark horse. I got Detroit win that series.
They just don't have a lot. They don't have a dependable second
Yeah,
offensive.
they don't have
No,
enough
not
offensively.
enough, man,
No,
not
they
enough.
don't.
The Rockets and the Warriors.
I got the Warriors.
I'm gonna go Rockets.
You're gonna go with the Rockets.
I'm gonna go with the Rockets. That's where I'm going.
Jimmy Butler is doubtful to play next
Yeah.
game, so he'll probably play after the game 4.
Aside from that, I know the numbers don't say that, but like they do a pretty good job on Steph.
Yeah,
of maintaining him. The last
I think
two
I'm
games.
gonna stick with the Warriors. I'm gonna go with experience in this round. But if Jimmy Butler doesn't play, they'll probably lose that series.
Yeah,
Denver and Clippers.
Clippers.
That's tough. That's so tough. I got the Clippers though.
Going with the Clippers too.
Clippers.
I think that a healthy Kawhi and healthy Harden is a tough duo, and the Nuggets just don't have enough, bro.
And Kawhi might be the best player in that series when he's healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Pacers and Bucks.
I'm gonna go Pacers at this point. It's a tough hole to come out of.
I don't know, man.
On down 2-0.
I'm going with the Pacers, man.
It's a
I'm going
tough
with the
hole to
Pacers.
come out of, bro.
The Bucks are just a
2-0
buck.
is tough.
They're a bucket of shit after Giannis, man.
Yeah,
If they
man,
win these
that's
two
the
games at
series.
home, I got the Bucks. But right now, I'm going with the Bucks.
Yeah, if they're
Bro, the
2-2,
Pacers
yeah,
are just.
I'm
I
going
mean,
with
real
the
talk.
Bucks.
The Pacers is a better team. They're
They
deeper
are.
and
They're
they're
deeper.
better, man. I mean, at the end of the day,
I'm
More
going with the
cohesive.
Bucks.
They've had more time together too.
yeah.
So it's like
Lakers and the Wolves.
Lakers
You
Lakers.
guys got the. I
Yeah.
got the Lakers
in 5.
You got them in 5. So you don't
got
think
them in 5.
you don't think the Wolves?
I don't think they'll lose another game.
Wow. Okay.
got them in
Celtics
5.
and Magic sweep.
Celtics. Bring the broomsticks.
Cavs and Heat
Bring the broomsticks.
sweep. And Thunder and Grizzlies sweep. So those
You don't
last,
even need to bring the broomstick.
Yeah,
Just end
yeah.
the series now.
Yeah, those last 3 and maybe even the Lakers and the Wolves. Well, that one's just a snooze fest at this point.
Lakers and Wolves.
Yeah, maybe that might be a snooze fest too if they're going to be over in 5.
I mean, it's 1-1. I'm not gonna go as far as say a snooze fest, but it'll be a close fight.
I mean, freaking Boston's winning without Tatum.
I know. Today he has 21 the first half though.
Whoa.
Yeah. Pablo has 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any series stand out to you guys in particular?
The Nuggets and Clippers one was interesting. I didn't expect it to go the way it's going right now. I didn't expect it to go their way, but I mean, we talked about this an episode ago with the James Harden Kawhi thing. Kawhi's healthy. It's a tough out, man.
Yeah.
It's a tough freaking out, bro.
Yeah. I mean, you got Zubac, most freaking improved player. At
You
the
got
5.
3 20-point scorers
Yeah.
on the team. It's
Totally.
a tough out.
And
Yeah,
everybody
it is.
forgets about Norm Powell and the Nuggets, man. They're just
And they got defenders, by the way.
yeah. Oh yeah.
The Clippers
They-
have defenders
yeah.
everywhere, bro.
The
Perimeter
Nuggets.
defenders.
The Nuggets. I just it's just over. They're cooked, man. That variation of that team. They're lucky.
They
to
took
get,
it as far as they could take it.
Yeah, they're lucky they got one championship out of that. Out of that team, man. They're lucky they even got one out of it. We always talked about that. One of my biggest takeaways of the playoffs so far is about the Bucks and the Nuggets, though, because I said it a couple episodes ago, bro. I can't stand when teams waste the primes of like all-time great players, bro. Like all-time great talents in the Joker and Giannis, and both of those teams are failing their superstars. They just are, because I mean, Joker's averaging another triple-double. Giannis is probably almost averaging a triple-double.
Giannis is going crazy right now.
Like they're both doing their part, and we're gonna walk away with one team losing to Tyrese Halliburton-led team, and another team is losing to the Clippers, who we didn't even know if Kawhi
It was a
was gonna
dark
be
horse. To
healthy.
say the best.
Yeah, like, come on,
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
with the Bucks though, if Lillard came into that series healthy, I still would have. That series was still
Maybe
gonna go.
not though, bro. Like they've been struggling all year. Like there's no conviction with that team.
Yeah,
at all.
it's like a 20-win team without Giannis on it.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and not even that. It's just like even with Lillard, maybe would have been a closer series. But are you convinced 100% the Pacers are going to win that series? I mean, that the Bucks were going to win that series.
They have way deeper issues than just Lillard being their second best player, though.
100% they do, man.
From 3 down, they're bad.
They're getting destroyed. Like both those players, man. Like, and neither Giannis will leave. I don't think Joker will ever leave Denver. I see Giannis gone.
Bro, Jokic is probably gonna be close to like $80 million a year on the next extension, though, bro.
Oh shit, he deserves every dime of it. Man.
He does, but like, would you leave that on the table? It's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot of money, bro.
That's why Luka didn't want to leave.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But Lucas teams, believe it or not, were more competitive than these teams, though.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I can think because Luka might be better, but
Then who?
than both of them, maybe. He has a case for best player in the world. I don't think he is, but he has a case.
Well,
for
let's
it.
see. Let's see what he does in this playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he
Dallas was a 5th seed last year.
he does. He
know what I mean?
he's one of the top bona fide. I mean, in my mind, he's a top 3 player in this league.
You can make a case for him being the best player in the world.
Yes, all of them,
It's not
yeah.
gonna. It might not be a rock solid case, but you can make a case.
His side of the court, that's why Joker and Luka have a problem, because the defensive side.
Yeah.
And Giannis has that. But then I would
Has
argue
it
that
on lock.
both of them have more traditional offensive games than Giannis.
He's a more dominant scorer than both of them, though.
Yeah. You know, I thought about this.
He does it efficiently as hell too.
I feel like because scoring numbers all show the same between all of them. I feel like if I'm starting a team and I don't know what the hell's on the team, I'm probably taking Giannis because again he gives you both sides. But if I know I'm gonna have I feel like Joker and Dame would have gelled better than Giannis and because they could do the handoff actions, and you got to worry about Joker shooting the three. Like, I don't know. I like
But at this point, it was correct. I mean, he's. This is gonna sound kind of crazy, but he has a very similar game to Jamal Murray. He's just a lot better at doing it than Jamal is.
Yeah.
Dame?
Yeah, but it's a very similar game right now. It's
I know.
undersized because they play kind of two-ish. They don't really play point guard.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're undersized, and they play on the wing, and they even like the same spots on the court.
Yeah.
They like that the little elbow range. They like the top of the key. They operate in the same spots. They just, one is a lot better at doing it.
yeah. No, that
If you flip the two, you know what's gonna happen? Both of them are still gonna lose in the first round.
Yeah.
So it's like
It sucks.
they were still both gonna lose in the first
Can't
round.
say that about Shaq, man.
Nobody
What's
said.
Shaq? Hey, what's Shaq have to do with it, bro?
By Jokic, bro.
And
does Shaq have
and
to
wait,
do?
wait,
Jokic.
wait, and let me do this. What does Shaq do with this Nuggets team? Or that? What does
They're
he?
better.
They're better, but are they winning a championship?
No, but they're better.
No,
no, but they'll reach the
better.
finals. They'll go.
They're better. They're more of an issue.
But what has Shaq ever shown that he could do it without a like? And I'm not saying that he isn't. I just want to be fair to everybody.
Yeah.
We're sure that he'd win the championship with this team.
No,
No,
we said win the
no.
championship.
Or
we said
wait.
they'd be better.
I'd say they make it as far.
And the
as
guard thing isn't really a fair conversation either, because Wade was a loser right after Shaq left for a while until LeBron got there, and Kobe was a loser for a while until they
But
built
those
the
guys
team around
are
him.
like all-time greats, though, guys.
No,
But
no,
they're
no.
losers.
I'm saying like with Shaq though, we always say, oh, but he played with great guards, but we don't realize that after he leaves those teams, they kind of.
Yeah, but when you
the
give
bed.
They
those
start
guys,
shitting the bed.
when
Shit
you
in the bed.
eventually give those guys, and
But it takes a minute, is what I'm saying. Like it takes a while.
that's on the team. Though. That's not on like Kobe and Wade.
When they lost Shaq, usually they just lose Shaq, and they go from championship to like nothing.
You're losing a guy that's averaging 35 and
Exactly my
I get
point.
It'd be harder. The Clippers would have a tougher time guarding Shaq in this
Of
series.
course,
than Nikola Jokic.
of course. I'm just looking at it in a case of like I don't unless it's fucking LeBron James. Those are the
That's
only,
a different story.
Yeah, but I don't think Shaq takes his team to the championship. He's better than Joker, 100%. We're not.
I don't know.
sitting
I just
here.
feel like LeBron beats this Clippers team. I don't know.
Which LeBron? This LeBron?
Any LeBron. Not old LeBron. Any prime LeBron. Anything from like year 2 on.
That's
So
not
like
it,
year
yeah.
16,
Yeah.
17.
That's not something. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Speaking of Denver Nuggets. Speaking of the Nuggets and the Clippers, they already know that my speech isn't that great by now.
Yeah, they're used to it by
Yeah,
now.
they know.
Our
Come on,
our
man.
four
What are we,
viewers.
you guys can make those little eye contacts
4 or
and
5
laugh all you
viewers,
guys want. They
they
know,
know.
man. Hey, what are you talking about?
We got a couple of thousand on a few of
Come
them.
on, man.
We're getting there.
Come on, bro.
We're cranking
There's a
out.
lot of people that see this shit, man. Thank you so much. We appreciate
course.
all the support.
It's all jokes. It's
We
all
really,
love.
really do. Speaking of the Denver and the Clippers series, there is somebody who's playing very healthy. Not like one of the best players in the world, Mr.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard, the best player on the Clippers. Like I said,
When he's healthy, which I
Yep.
said when he's healthy, he is.
Yep.
Okay.
No, you said
I
Anyways,
said this year he hasn't been because he played
but even when
30
he's healthy.
games.
Anyways, I want to do a. I love saying.
What?
What happened?
Nothing.
I want to do a Would You Rather Kawhi Leonard edition. So we're going to do a Would You Rather Kawhi Leonard healthy edition. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Jason Tatum or Kawhi Leonard?
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard.
Listen, man, in a full
We're talking
season,
full health, right?
Yeah,
For a playoff run.
for a playoff run, I'm taking in a playoff series, I'm taking Kawhi. In a full season, I'm still taking Jason Tatum.
Yeah, easily.
But in
I
a
just look
playoff
at it if they
series-
just matched up in a playoff series.
Yeah, I think I'm
leaning Kawhi.
100%. 40-year-old LeBron or Kawhi Leonard?
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard. No.
I think I'm still taking LeBron right now. Then yeah, I'm still taking LeBron.
You're taking LeBron over Tatum in a playoff series?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. Healthy LeBron, healthy 40-year-old LeBron. Yeah,
Okay. I don't feel a certain type of way about it, but
I mean that.
I'm definitely taking Kawhi over LeBron though.
I don't know, bro.
This version of Kawhi.
I
I'm
don't
definitely doing
know. I don't know.
it. Okay. What else?
So wait, who do you trust in a final series? Healthy Kawhi or healthy 40-year-old LeBron?
Depends on who I'm playing against.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It shouldn't
Wallah
matter.
matters.
Who?
Okay, so now you're reversing.
If I'm playing New York, LeBron. If I'm playing Boston, I'm thinking Kawhi. I'm leaning Kawhi.
I'm taking LeBron in both instances. That's just me though. Healthy Kawhi or Jimmy Butler?
Healthy Kawhi. This is a disrespectful question.
Yeah.
Now that playoff Jimmy though, I'm taking Kawhi. Taking Kawhi. Healthy Kawhi or Kevin Durant?
Healthy Kawhi.
Taking Kevin Durant.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Empty numbers.
It's not empty.
They won 30 games, bro. It's empty numbers.
I'm taking Kawhi, and Kawhi is
Cool.
he
Also,
shows
James
you
Harden is a lot better than Devin Booker, so it's like
all right. Oh, he's not a lot better than what?
He's baller. He's better than him.
He's a lot better.
No, he's definitely better.
He's
though.
better.
It's clearly, but he's clearly better.
I would disagree. But anyways,
Yeah,
we're
and you're
not
wrong.
We're,
I don't think James Harden has ever won 30 games in his entire career, man. But go ahead, it's okay. Not a big deal.
Kawhi Leonard or Paolo right now.
Kawhi.
Okay. Last but not least, Kawhi Leonard or James Harden.
Kawhi.
James Harden.
No, when he's healthy, Kawhi.
Come on, man. Healthy Kawhi is better than James Harden, bro.
Luckily, again, they're recorded for quality assurance purposes. I said this year,
Healthy Kawhi.
James Harden has been better than Kawhi because the guy
1000%.
played 30 games.
1000%.
But if you go back and watch the tape,
Okay.
I said when he's healthy, it's a
Yes.
different story.
Healthy Kawhi
Yes.
versus healthy James. Like we're talking about prime.
No, we're talking
No, we're
about
talking about right
today.
now.
Today.
And even
th-
even prime, Kawhi's better.
I'm taking James Harden.
Even we go prime to
taking-
prime.
You're still taking
Kawhi's
you're still
better.
taking Kawhi today.
I'm taking James Harden.
No,
Eddie.
man, I'm taking Kawhi, man.
Eddie,
Listen, he had like
you
know
talking about prime other than defense?
Well, you can't say that.
Yeah, but I
well, he
can't.
was also one of the best 3-level scorers in the league, though.
So is James Harden.
He was at 3 levels. Like Kawhi could
No,
dominate
because like
a paint
listen,
game.
man, prime. I don't know. Prime Harden wins on that Raptors team.
But I don't know how far he takes them against that Golden State team though either, bro. Like my motherfucker.
Guys,
James
who's the better player, man?
Taking
Today?
James Harden.
The better player today and
It's
all
Kawhi.
time is Kawhi too, bro. The career Harden has had a no.
No,
Kawhi's
Kawhi
had
still
a,
has it.
Kawhi has 2
He's the
rings.
better player, bro. At the end of the day, one guy
Does
never.
Harden have MVP?
Yeah, one guy never played defense, and one guy in
But
his
if I'm
prime.
putting a list, James Harden is going above Kawhi because you can't miss half of your fucking career. And
no, I'm
replace
still
him.
giving the guy with 2 Finals MVP.
Thank you.
over.
One of them was nasty though. One of the finals
matter,
MVPs, he averaged
bro.
16 a game
It's
for
still
it, bro.
on the. It's still
It was
on the.
it was the Andre Iguodala finals MVP,
It was
bro.
still on there. You know what I'm
Ew.
saying? If we're gonna go back and mark who should have got it and who should.
Yes, we put context on
Yeah,
stuff.
you put-
Yes,
you give it a
we
10
put
dunk?
context on stuff.
So then
yes.
add the context to Curry. Curry shot 2 then.
I've said that my whole life. I've said he should have to.
That was an interesting list.
It was.
I'm not opposed to the LeBron one's close. The LeBron one's close. LeBron is just different, bro. Like even at 40,
You get
man.
more elements out of LeBron.
You know, that's what I'm trying to say.
get more
because
elements.
you're still getting the playmaking out of LeBron. And bro, I would even
rebounding.
argue on this version of LeBron, you're still getting a defensive masterpiece
So, in spots.
when they need him. So
In spots.
you know, that's
I don't know.
Kawhi Leonard has had the best playoff game of this whole playoff.
with the 39 bomb.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my
It's
god.
the way he did it too. He's like 13 of 19.
It's so funny. I used to hate him for what he did with the Lakers, which I'm not mad at him. It is what it is.
He's supposed to go to the Lakers.
I mean, he was. If LeBron wasn't there, he would have won.
So Paul George was supposed to go to the Lakers.
Both of them did, but they didn't want to play second and third fiddle to LeBron and AD. But
that motherfucker would have been second fiddle.
To what?
Kawhi.
To
He would
LeBron.
not have been third.
well, I know that, but do you want to be even that
No.
position? Even
No.
like Paul George.
Not in your prime, no.
Yeah, even Paul George. If those guys never existed, we would probably had them, and it went nowhere, just like the Clippers. But
I like that list, man.
you like that list?
We're on like a time crunch. Is there we can do it prime versus prime? Prime Kawhi versus all
You
these
could do prime.
guys?
Kawhi versus these guys.
Prime.
Which prime? You talking about Toronto? Championship prime, right?
It's prime.
Toronto championship prime.
Okay.
Is this peak
All right,
year?
let's go.
That's inarguable. That's his peak
Kawhi
year.
Leonard Prime Edition. Would you rather? Let me do that again. We're gonna do a Would you rather Kawhi Leonard in his Prime Edition. Jason Tatum or Kawhi Leonard?
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Kawhi Leonard in
Not
his
a
prime.
question.
Even though we haven't seen Tatum in his
not
prime
a
just
question.
yet. We haven't seen him in his
He's
prime.
in
yet,
his
though.
prime right now. He's 26.
LeBron James or Kawhi Leonard?
LeBron.
LeBron in his prime. Jimmy Butler in his prime or Kawhi Leonard?
Kawhi
Leonard.
is not even a conversation.
Kawhi. Kevin Durant or Kawhi in his prime?
Kevin Durant.
I'm going with Kevin Durant in his prime.
Thank you.
Come
Don't-
on, Eddie. Come on, Eddie.
Don't.
Yes,
no.
I'm taking Kevin Durant in
No.
his
For we're talking about just absolute peak for 1 year.
We're talking about prime.
absolute
prime.
peak.
Yes,
right?
absolutely taking
Absolute
Kevin Durant.
peak.
Prime.
We're
Yeah.
talking absolute peak.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
taking-
going Kawhi Leonard.
No,
that's
I'm
you.
going
You
Kevin
can do that.
Durant.
But we
You
could
can-
do
no,
it.
no.
But we could do it after.
I
We could discuss it after.
I'm
Let's
gonna
do
go
it.
with Kevin Durant.
I'm just looking at best year for KD, best year for Kawhi. I'm going best year for
and
Kawhi.
who's better in their prime? In their primes, I think that Kevin Durant's a better player than Kawhi Leonard. Prime. This is not fair to Paolo. Prime Paolo or prime
No.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi
But we would hope if Paolo ever got there, it'd be fucking amazing. Prime Harden or prime Kawhi Leonard.
Prime James Harden.
That one I'm setting up. I don't know that one.
No, you can't say that. That's a.
I'm taking prime.
No,
James
but
Harden.
I'm taking prime Kawhi
You can.
because of the defensive end.
Okay.
Because, bro, in his prime, Kawhi Leonard was considered one of the best defenders of all time.
Yes.
Perimeter defense,
Yes.
James Harden was a better scorer, though.
better score. But when you talk about zilch on defense, and you're having a guy that Kawhi can still give you 30 ball, and it was more dependable in the playoffs because it wasn't, Kawhi's game was a lot of
So why is Kevin Durant better than Kawhi?
because Kevin Durant played defense.
He was an okay defender.
But he wasn't
a good
he
defender.
wasn't. But he wasn't
was
a
an okay defender.
He wasn't a zero on defense.
He was an
though.
okay rim protector.
But he
is what
wasn't a
was.
zero on defense though, and he had
He
more
wasn't
variation.
zero, but there was a big gap on defense.
But
between the two.
he also has a variations to his offensive game.
Also has a lot of shooters in the playoffs.
Shitters.
He was also a loser before he got to Golden State.
I mean, but Hetty, we're talking about as the
Not a
player.
loser.
As a
Not
player,
loser.
don't
He was a loser.
No,
Hetty, don't
not
take
He was a
not
loser on great teams.
Hetty, but take away.
He won nothing on great teams.
Hetty,
What teams?
we're talking about as a
He
player.
won
though.
nothing on great
Hetty,
On
teams.
the
who's the better
Nets?
player though? Hetty?
On the Nets.
We're talking about peaks, right? We're not
Pre-
talking about for 5-6 years.
No,
We're talking about peaks,
no,
right?
we're
At
talking
their
about
prime.
At their absolute prime.
Yes.
Both of them are at their best.
Yes.
That Toronto Kawhi is better than KD's ever been.
That's not true, man.
That Kevin
A
Durant.
30-point per game best defender in the league who took Mark Gasol and Kyle Lowry to an NBA championship. Yes, that's better than Kevin Durant's ever been, bro.
I'm taking. Kevin
Go down the
Durant.
list of who they played with.
I'm taking.
Let's
Kevin,
do it.
I'm taking.
Let's
Kevin
look at it.
Durant, the player, bro.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
look
sorry.
at it. Let's
Kevin
go down the
Durant,
list
the
of who they
player.
played with, the teammates they've had in their careers, and let's look at their success.
Hetty, who does more on the floor, man?
I would argue Kawhi. We're talking about peaks. We're talking about peaks right now,
It
right?
doesn't matter. Prime
is
player.
peak.
Yeah, peak, bro. What
Yeah,
do you-
I don't. Give me the year that Kevin Durant was better than that Toronto Kawhi.
I would his MVP season in his MVP season OKC. Is that not a
I mean, yeah, they lost in the third round, the second round.
Hetty? But that's team. We're talking about as a
No,
player,
but
though.
no, we've never done that.
We're not.
When
We're
you get
doing
to
it as
that
a
level, you
player.
start look. You have to look at team success. How do you?
Who do you
how
run
do you rank
into?
greats?
He ran
Yeah,
into the
yeah,
Golden
yeah.
State.
How do you
he ran
rank
into the Golden
greats
State
after that?
Warriors.
No, he ran to the Golden State Warriors, got up 3-1, and lost the series. Come on, guys. Come on, bro. Come on. You guys came on this podcast and called Kevin Durant a bitch 100 times.
Yes.
There is a reason why you guys did that.
That's-
Because he
person.
couldn't get it done by himself.
No, because
but
the
that's
He
person.
could not get it
person.
Yeah,
done
that's-
without
okay,
a system
no.
in place, bro.
That was the
Kawhi
person.
was the system.
We're talking about.
They made
player.
one
We're talking
change in
about
Toronto,
player.
and it took them from the first round
Okay.
to an NBA championship against the Warriors, bro.
Yeah.
Against a healthy Steph Curry, bro. Come on, guys.
That's it.
Come on, guys, bro.
That's it.
Come on.
That's
Kevin
it.
Durant has never had a Kevin Durant has never had a year like that. Never.
But also,
He's
Kevin
never-
Durant didn't. How would Kevin Durant's career look if he started off with the Spurs and was able to get eased in playing with
It
Hall
would
of
look
Famers?
really good. But
He
he
would have-
also
he would
had
have
Russell
a-
Westbrook, who was averaging 28, 8, and 8 in
would
his third
have-
year,
no,
bro.
but, I mean, we're
he got
talking
drafted to a
about
team
Hetty-
with James Harden and Russell Westbrook.
Hetty,
bro.
we're talking
By the
about-
time he was 21 years old, he had two other
Hetty,
All-Stars on his
we're
team.
talking about the San Antonio Spurs that ended up in the championship
1000%.
multiple times. though.
But
He
we're
would
talking
end up-
about peak.
He would have had a championship.
But we're talking about peak.
I know.
We're not talking
To
about when they
me,
were 21.
their
We're talking about peak.
as a player.
Yeah, but that-
I'm taking Kevin Durant. That's just me.
We're agreed to disagree.
Listen, hey, it's not.
I think Kevin Durant is a greater basketball player than Kawhi Leonard. We're talking about peaks. We're talking about if I look at their absolute peak, Kawhi Leonard for 1 year versus any year that you pick at Kevin Durant and say this is his best year, Kawhi's better.
I'm not mad at it. It's an
Okay.
argument.
Okay.
You put up some good points. We put up some
Hey,
good points.
okay.
I'm cool with that.
They're gonna score the same amount of points. One guy's gonna give up less on the other end. That's how I
Do
look
they
at
score
it.
them on the same amount of points though?
Oh,
how much
that Kawhi was a 30-point per game player, brother.
And the Toronto series against
In the Golden State,
was he?
I don't know what he averaged, but I mean he was a 30-point per game
I
scorer.
bet you he wasn't.
But look at those teams that he went through.
But I bet you he wasn't a 30.
Go look at the teams that
but
he
I
went
bet you
through
he
too.
wasn't.
He was probably at 27, 20.
Can you look it up?
No,
Maybe.
I don't think he was.
I don't think he was because I remember it was like a weird.
It was kind of weird.
It was like they played like a weird
But
style.
in his prime, he was a 30-point scorer, guys. He was one of the best scorers.
Did he ever average 30 in a game a year?
No, he averaged like 28, 29. You'd be surprised how many times Kevin Durant averaged 30 in his career, bro.
He has like a 30-something bomb inside of his.
You'd be surprised. He's averaged 32 before, Kevin Durant.
I'm not
31.
mad at it. I'm big on the player. The player.
Something tells me if you take KD and put him on that Toronto team instead of Kawhi, they don't win that championship. And in your heart of hearts, you know it's true. In your heart of
But
hearts,
Hetty,
you know it's true.
can I also say this though?
Say it.
He won that
He
series.
averaged 26 points. Yeah, 27 points.
27 points. Yeah, I mean, Kevin
27
Durant.
points, 2 assists, and 6 rebounds.
But also, do the Raptors win that series if Kawhi doesn't tear his ACL and Kevin Durant's not in that series?
Who Thursday? Clay Thursday still in game 5 or 6, bro. He
Yeah,
played
bro.
5
It
games
was
in that series.
it was right there, Eddie.
100,000%.
And Kevin Durant's not in that series either, though.
100,000%.
If that's
in game 4.
100,000%.
Yeah.
Do the Warriors win? Do the Warriors win that series against the Spurs when Kawhi got hurt? Because they were up like 28 in the
I know,
first
but
game one.
now we're talking about something different. We're talking about the
No,
one.
we're talking about the
one
same thing, bro.
The one series that you're bringing
listen,
up.
the whole trade on teams doesn't work for Kevin Durant in this situation because Kawhi wins those 2 championships with the Warriors.
Yeah, a lot of fucking people.
It doesn't work.
Everybody.
But like I don't think Kevin Durant wins that championship with the Raptors. I don't think he gets past Jimmy, Ben Simmons at that point, and Joel Embiid, bro. I'm sorry, that's how I look at it. I have no reason to believe he gets past them because he didn't do it any time before that until he joined a 73-win team. Guys, I love Kevin Durant as an individual basketball player. Just we're talking skill. Yeah, he's better than Kawhi. He's more skillful than Kawhi. If I have a chance between that Kawhi and the best Kevin Durant's ever been, and I don't have anybody on my team, I'm taking that Kawhi.
Okay.
Okay.
You can just say okay. Yeah, well,
No,
so, yeah.
I'm not. I can't disagree, and I
It's
can't
not,
agree.
It's not. It's
Yeah.
a good point. No,
Yeah.
it's a good point. I just agree to disagree.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I like. That's.
growth, and we're on a time crunch.
Well, no. I mean,
You have about 20 more minutes left. By the way.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like in episode like 6, this would have went for about another 30 minutes.
For no reason.
Today, what if we had a
No, not even, because I'm done already. I'm already done with it. There's nothing I'm gonna say that's gonna convince you. There's nothing you're gonna say that's gonna convince us.
Well, if we're trying to convince each other, we might as well just scrap the whole pod because that's never gonna happen. Not anything.
I feel like deep down we convince each other. We're just very prideful.
You just try to get people closer to your side of the fence.
Yeah, I think we always do. There is one thing I want to say, because this has been kind of like bothering me, and this might kill a lot of the hopes of a lot of fans of basketball teams. And it's obvious, but maybe it's not obvious to enough people. All right, I want to say this. If you're a fan of a basketball team and the best player on your team is a small point guard, you have 0 to like 0 chances of ever making very, very deep playoff runs to winning a championship.
Unless your name's Steph Curry.
Unless your name is Steph Curry, and that's a whole separate, reasons on why he got as far as, and he's one of the top 10 players ever, right? But again, if your best player is a smaller point guard, history has shown you have slim to none chances of making a very deep championship route. At the end of the day, if you look at it right now, think about the teams that have small point guards. You have Brunson. We all know the Knicks might beat the Pistons, but that's because the Pistons are still young in this playoff. You have Halliburton. You have Ja. This guy's never make it. And if you look historically, Chris Paul never won anything. Steve Nash never won anything.
John Stockton.
John Stockton never won anything. Jason Kidd won a little bit further in his career, but I just want to do that. I know that might kill a lot of hopes of fans, but they just don't do enough on the basketball court because they have zilch on the defensive end.
Do you consider Shai a small guy?
No, that's
Shea?
why I didn't put him on this list. That motherfucker's 6'6", and he plays defense.
Yeah, he does.
He
He's
plays-
a shooting guard.
Yeah, and I don't want the hate on
He's a shooting guard.
the hate on SGA. It's not hate. I think he's one of the best top 5 players in this league. I just think that Giannis and Joker are better, but the motherfucker's a beast. His team had the best record in the league, and he was averaging 32 points, and he plays defense. I can't be mad at that. But some other players do a lot more, so that's just all it is. At the end of the day,
We'll see.
we will see.
see.
We will see. We will see. I just don't want you to think I hate SGA. I think
No, we'll see. Like you get on that band.
no, but I mean, if he
SGA?
goes,
I've never been off the SGA band. I think he's a little overrated, but I think he could
But if
cement
he
himself
crack-
as the best player in the league this year.
if he cracked the
If he wins
Lakers,
a championship, he's the best player in the NBA coming next season.
He's
I
not-
mean,
you
shit,
said he's
even
not
if-
the best player in the league.
He is. If he wins the NBA championship, he's the best player in the league.
I mean, shit.
coming
Even if
next
he got
season.
let's just say he played the Lakers, and he like outplayed Luka. You got to start asking your question, like,
Yeah, no, 100,000%.
Yeah.
He has a chance to.
because he's not. Listen, he's not
Open
a
it up.
one way. He's not a one way player.
I don't like opening too many doors for people. I don't like closing. Too
Yeah,
many
no,
doors for
he's
people.
not
I
a
like
one-
judging it as we go.
Yeah, he's not a one way player.
So far, so good.
Yeah,
I don't like predicting what players are going to be. I don't like closing doors on them that don't need to be closed yet.
I like doing that. That's
I know
why we
you
have
do.
a podcast.
I know you do. As we go.
You love doing that.
As we go, man.
yeah. That's
Nah,
that's
just
what
like
that's
you
prediction,
love
man.
doing
You like
that.
being the smart guy in the room.
But a lot of times you're the dumbest guy in the
Yeah,
room.
you are.
So it's like there's no point of doing
Yeah,
it.
and sometimes I look that smartest guy. I'm smart with both. I'm smart with both. I'm smart with both.
When has he ever been the smartest guy?
He's called out some shit. The problem is he reminds you of the shit he calls out that we're right, and he never brings up the shit that he was completely off.
This camera is the one that's
Be a death of
gonna.
you.
Rabbitak, this camera.
Yeah,
This
well.
camera will get me. You wanted us to do something. You want us to do a start, bench, cut.
Yes.
And I listened to you.
Yes.
Because I love you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Alrighty. We're going to do a start, cut, or bench. Here are the three players. Luka, Tatum, SGA.
I'm starting Luka. I'm benching SGA, and I'm cutting Tatum.
Woo! Tatum got the bench that quick, huh?
Tatum got the cut, not the bench.
I'm sorry, he got the cut that fast? Now, some people might argue that
I'll start SGA. I'll bench Luka and I'll cut Tatum.
I can't bench Luka over SJ right now because of the playmaking that.
Why?
I'm just look straight at your face. I'm fucking around.
Yeah, I can't do it because of playmaking.
No, I mean, there's a case for what you're
No,
saying.
there's a huge case.
There's a case. No, it's not a huge case.
Like
There's a
right
case.
now, no, like right now.
I just saw them in the playoff series 12 months ago. Literally 12 months ago, I
That
seen
is
them in the
true.
playoff series.
That is
Legit 12
true.
months ago.
And we can't
and
say-
one guy
But
was
that
the
was
other guy's papi.
And we
He was
can't.
his pa- he
and
was
we
his
can't-
pappy, man.
And we can't say because that. Let's just make it that Mavericks team wasn't like this historically built team.
Oh, the OKC arguably had more talent.
They were more.
OKC arguably had more talent.
Yeah, they did.
Arguably had more talent.
Kyrie,
no experience.
Kyrie had the experience, but like when we look at that team,
Luka had the experience too.
yeah, I know
Because he's good.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he's
I know.
been there.
I understand
As a
what it was.
young gun, he's got his
Because
team.
That was Shea's what, third year last year?
No, man. I've been telling you guys
Shea's
this a
been around for a
lot. He's
while,
been out in the league for a minute, bro.
He's been at like 5 or 6
Like
years.
at
now.
least 6 years, bro.
Okay, but in the playoffs, is that his
No, it's like his second or third time.
or third year?
It's his second or third time. But I mean, Luka's got his team. Some of
They've
these
been in the
Mavericks-
league for about the same amount of time.
And-
I think Luka's younger than SGA. He is younger than SGA.
I'm not mad if somebody starts SGA,
He's
but
younger
I'm
than SGA.
starting. I'm starting.
If he's not younger, he's the same exact age as him.
I think it's about a year.
You keep thinking SGA is like this third year player. He's been in the
I
league
don't
for a
know.
minute, bro.
He started with. Don't forget, he played for the Clippers. for a
Clippers,
year,
like a
and
while
he
ago.
got traded.
Hakeem, a while ago.
When did Cade come into the league, boys?
This is
SGA
third
is
year.
26.
This is what?
Third year for Cade.
I think it's his
No,
fourth.
it's fourth year, 2021.
So
Is
I think SGA's been in the league for 5 years now.
SGA is 26.
Yeah, he's older than
but
he's
been in
older
the
than
league,
Luka,
but
bro.
He's like one of the.
If he's not
younger-
older, he's older than him by
So
like
you guys like
a
that
couple
start?
months.
You guys like
2018, SGA.
That's 7 years. This is 8th year in the
Yeah.
league, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Damn, no love for Tatum.
Well, a lot of love, but you just
No,
compared
yeah.
them to better players. That are
Why
better.
isn't he better?
So
Why?
who, same thing as us, Luka, SGA,
Yeah.
start bench.
I hate to do that to my boy Tatum, but
Me too. I mean, listen, Tatum's grown on me a lot because now people went the other way. I told
yeah,
you. People
Tatum
start
is not as a
underrating him now.
That was a good one.
Tatum's not as a prolific scorer as the other two. He, as a
Scoring isn't the reason why.
to me as when I need a bucket, I feel like those two guys get they get to their spots better. They have more variations.
I think it's because of things that are outside of Tatum's control.
I'm just talking as a player, bro.
We'll never know what he is as an individual player, will we?
Yeah, sucks for him. I don't
So I've seen him win averaging 40, and I've seen him win averaging 21. So I don't know.
All right, last thing we're going to talk about. We were going to have an extended conversation about this, but we're not. We're going to do a quick game on the NBA polls since we're kind of short on time, but it's not a big deal. So the Athletic does a poll with the players every single year, as you guys all know, and they vote on their the biggest things. So I'm going to go over this poll, and you guys are going to tell me if the players got it right or if they got it wrong. We were going to have an extended conversation about it, but fuck it. We're not going to do it.
I didn't see it.
It's even if you did, it's not a big deal.
No, he's seen it for sure.
Yeah, I did. He said, "Don't look at it," and it was everywhere on my feed.
But it's not even a big deal though. You're just going to tell me if they got it. If you think the players got it right or if they didn't. So let me rephrase this one more time. We are gonna. How do I phrase this?
You react to it.
How are we gonna react to this?
NBA player poll came out.
Yep. So the NBA player poll came out. We're gonna say if the players got it right or if they got it wrong. First thing, the players said that SGA is the MVP of the league. Did they get it
They
right?
got it very right. Yes,
They got it
absolutely
right.
correct.
Second was Joker at 37% of the votes. Already.
LeBron cracked the top 5. By the
Yeah,
way.
he did.
Yeah, I see.
Which team will win the title this year? The teams voted the Celtics at 57%.
They absolutely got it right.
Wow, yeah.
I think they got it right.
Yeah.
The Thunder only got 17% of the votes.
They got that right. I think.
Whoa.
That's
That's crazy. All right, the
Makes
next
sense.
one. 5 years from right now, who will be the face of the league? 54% of the players voted Wemby.
Really?
I think they got that one wrong. I think Ant is going to be the face of the league 5 years
I
from
think
now.
Ant would be the face of the league. Wemby would be better.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Ant only got 13%
What if
of
they-
the
What if
votes.
they see something we don't see?
We just talked to an NBA player, man. They see the same shit we see
Yeah.
when it comes to stuff like
This
that.
this one was kind of crazy to me. Who's the most overrated player in the league? Halliburton got 14% of the votes.
This was just mean.
This one's just weird. No, I don't.
Why is he
Why
overrated?
vote?
Because like I don't. Nobody puts Halliburton in even the top 20 players of this league.
No, because of
No,
last
I
year.
would have
Last
thought
year,
someone like Jimmy Butler would have been at the top of that list or something.
So
bro.
I think they got it wrong.
Me too. I think he's overrated.
Yeah, no, I think he's overrated,
Not
but not
the
at the
most
most.
overrated in the league.
So here's second was Rudy, third was Trey Young, fourth was Jimmy Butler, fifth was Bradley Beal, Draymond, Ja.
Jimmy Butler would be the highest for me.
I can't believe that Giannis got votes on this. That's crazy.
But you know the best, I'm not surprised that he's on there. Because there's always that one guy that has a little bit of envy,
he got
jealousy.
2.2, so there was like one or two
Yeah,
guys.
there was one or two
but it
guys.
was predominantly Halliburton, Gobert, and
I don't understand the Gobert hate, bro, from players, from media.
it's the money. They look and see how much he gets paid.
I know, but it's like,
compared.
man.
Because if like okay,
Is he overpaid?
What's a 12, 13 rebound guy and 4-time Defensive Player of the Year award winner worth? I don't know.
not like 40, 50 a year,
I don't know.
and not for the amount of draft picks he got traded for.
I don't know.
No,
The draft picks were kind of crazy, but I mean, man, they were in the West Conference Finals the year after that. So it's like the ball goes a certain way, they're in the finals, and now you don't look that stupid. But yes, they overpaid for him, but that doesn't make him overrated. It makes the front office stupid.
It's just
There's nothing
hard.
going on
It's
there.
hard for a guy that's not giving you much on the offensive end, and sometimes, as great as a defender he is, sometimes he could be unplayable.
Yeah,
Like against the Lakers, he's like somewhat almost unplayable.
yeah, no, 100%.
You know?
I just don't. Who's overrating Rudy Gobert is my question though.
Yeah, that's
Like who's talking
This-
about Rudy Gobert?
this is-
We've had
this-
a pot for how long
hey,
now? A year?
this-
Have we talked about Rudy Gobert once?
this overrated thing came to who do we hate the most?
Yeah, it was
that's all
hate.
because Halliburton's just hated by players. He's again, do you consider him a top 20 player in this league? No, like
Top
honestly, no.
20?
I mean, I would have to look at. But
Maybe,
I don't,
but if he
my
does,
guess is he isn't.
he's
Yeah,
closer
top
to
one.
20 than he is to 10.
Yeah, Trey was a weird one.
Why is Trey? That's
Trey,
exactly what I
because he
was
gives you like zilch on defense. That's probably why.
saying. He's a point.
I mean, when he gives you 30 and 11,
Yeah.
oh, it's an issue.
All right, who's the most underrated player? 8% went to Cade.
I love that pick.
love
Yes,
it,
I
yeah,
agree with it
Yeah,
wholeheartedly.
yeah. I don't think he won't be underrated anymore moving
Yeah,
forward. I think
moving
most people
forward,
put second was Derek White. That's a good one. Norman Powell, Austin Reeves. That's the
Austin Reeves should have been number 2, but
yep,
it's okay.
Yep, okay. Which is the league's best organization? The Warriors got 21% of the votes. You guys think they got that one right? Or they got
I
that
think
one
so.
wrong?
They're loyal to their guys. They pay their guys. They don't come off of them.
And they always
Clay
they
Thompson one was
they
you know,
reboot
it is what it
a
was.
lot.
They reboot.
They
a
got
lot.
rid of Clay when they
They
should have.
try.
Yeah, they got rid of
try.
Clay when they should have got rid of Clay.
They've treated their superstar in grace. So
Yes.
You think they got
doesn't
that one
surprise
right?
me. I think there's better organizations in basketball. I think the Celtics are a better organization.
They got
than Golden
they
State,
got
but-
so in their defense, the Warriors got 21%. The Thunder got 17. The Boston Celtics got 15%.
Yeah.
So all pretty close. The worst organization, 38% of the votes went to the Hornets.
Either them or the Wizards. One of the two.
Yep, that's one. And let's
Has
see.
to be the Wizards.
Let's see if there's any one others. Aside from your own, I like these next two. Then we'll stop. Aside from your own coach, who is the best coach in the league? The OKC, Mark. I can't even say this guy's name.
Run out or something like that.
Yeah,
Run out,
got they got that one right. This one's funny though. Aside from your own coach, who's the worst coach in the league? The first vote went to Brian Keefe. That's the Wizards head coach. But if you start looking at this is funny. Mike Budenholzer is on
Yeah.
here. Doc Rivers.
Why?
He's not good.
Still riding on the coattails of.
Budenholzer was kind of messed up.
He's just not good, Eddie.
I understand that, but I mean,
He
'Cause
won,
had
he won
he-
a championship in Milwaukee.
he did.
Yeah, because of Giannis.
Oh, come on, guys. Listen.
Which player would you least like to fight? James Johnson got 63% of the votes.
James Johnson's a UFC fighter, MMA fighter, man.
I love it.
And he's 6'7".
Headband, tattoos, Right. Oh, yeah.
And he's 6'7" and an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Isaiah Stewart was on that list. So
Yeah,
he was second or
yeah.
third, I think.
Let's hop off some basketball. We're gonna get into some football real quickly, boys.
Is Shador still on the board or what?
Yeah,
I
he is.
think he is. I don't think that.
Yeah, he is.
That's
Can you
crazy.
confirm?
Yeah, he sure
He's-
is.
Wow.
That's nuts.
I'm actually starting to feel bad for the kid
Me too.
because I feel like now a lot.
Because
Of
you're
this,
right. There's no way he was this bad.
Yeah, and now I feel like a lot of this is just coming from
We don't want to be the one to touch him.
because it maybe his dad and stuff like that. But yeah. So we did just have the first round go by, and usually, you know, all the rounds, but the most popular round is always the first round of the NFL draft. So I wanted to ask you guys, who are your guys' winners of the first round of the draft? You watched the full thing. We finally got you to watch the draft, and he enjoyed the hell out of it. Who are your NFL round one winners?
You guys can take this. I don't watch a look at the draft today.
I think the winners, I absolutely loved what the Jags did by trading up to get Travis Hunter.
You liked it?
I loved it. They went all in. It told me that the Jags believe they can be competitive next year.
With
Yes, because
Trevor.
they put enough around Trevor now. But you're going to be surprised by this. I think Trevor's going to have a really good year this year.
Really?
I think he's going to start showing some of that potential and talent he had that you saw in the first year or two. I loved what the Jags did. So I really think they did.
Brian.
They did something I wish more teams would do.
Brian. Now they have a first round pick next
Yeah.
year, which is kind of. But Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter.
It's a problem.
It's going to be kind of scary. If Lawrence can just be like year 2 or 3 Trevor Lawrence, you're looking at a top 10 quarterback there.
And Green Bay's pick, finally.
That was mine. The Packers, they got a wide receiver. They're still looking for number 1. Could he be their number 1? They took a chance on a guy who many thought was going to go in like the top,
Yeah.
to Dallas, as closest.
But I really thought the Chargers were going to snag him because he was still available when they picked.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
I like what
McConkey's going to be wide receiver one.
I think the Bears also are winners by
Bears.
they went and got Loveland.
They're going to have him compete with Cole Kmet, though. Cole Kmet's just not just going to lay down and give him the position, bro.
Well,
They're going to
this
compete,
guy,
bro.
this guy's probably a better route runner and a
We'll see.
better catcher.
NFL is a different ballgame.
I like what the Bears did. They're telling Caleb,
We're going to give you everything we can.
we give you the coach, and now
fuck
we're
up.
giving you some weapons.
Don't fuck up. You have
And
2
I-
years. You have 2 years.
I think that
You have 2 years. I figure it out.
I think that we're all on. I think we all believe that Caleb's going to be really good next year. All right, round 1 losers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers,
Why?
because as much as you struggled at the quarter, us three maybe differ on the Steelers roster. I truly believe the Steelers have a really good roster in the NFL, a really, really good roster.
Yeah.
Because they win 10 games consistently despite a quarterback. You can't do that unless you have a good roster. So I think they were a quarterback away from being competitive in the AFC. And you know what? If Shador is a bust, for once, be the team that figures that out. Don't wait for another team to figure out if he's a bust or not. You be the team that figures out, is this kid a bust or not? Because Mason Rudolph ain't going to solve anything for you.
And what, are you going to roll the dice with A-Rod, who's 40?
And you know what's crazy is right before it happened, I told my brother-in-law, Ink, who's a big Steelers fan, I was like, watch these guys take a D tackle. On my life. I was like, watch these guys take a D tackle. Who they take? A D tackle. Because you just know. That was 1. 2, maybe not a loss, but like a weird thing, was seeing the Bucks take a wide receiver that high. After you already have Mike Evans,
That
after you
might
already have
be-
Godwin, you already had McMillan who was coming to his own last year. That one was weird to me.
My loser,
I don't know if it's a loser, but that was
I
weird.
hate to make these guys a loser. One of my losers was the Giants. I love Abdul Carter. I think that defensive line is going to be fucking sick. As a Dallas
Yeah.
Cowboys fan, I'm scared of
He's
their
kind of
defensive line.
small, though.
He's going to be a beast. You don't even have to.
Just the name, you can
But
tell.
no, he's Abdul Carter is going to be a freaking beast in the league. You know?
Jackson Dart, though.
That's not a bold prediction. You know, I don't sound
The
smart.
third-round pick is going to be good.
Yeah, but Jackson, them going to get Jackson Dart just it made no sense for me, especially trading up for him.
Yeah, because you could have had him probably. Anyways.
Yeah, it's not even that. Like you're taking another gamble like you did with Daniel Jones. Not as high as a draft pick, but they should have got Shador. Shador's better today than Jackson Dart.
Yeah. Man, the more and more I see Shador slide down these drafts, the more and more I'm starting to believe this kid's going to be a stud.
We gotta host a draft party next year, man.
I'm down with that.
Watch-
we were
watch-
gonna
watch-
we're
I
doing
don't
here.
care.
We'll do it in the stew.
Honestly, I don't watch a look at this today.
All right.
It's a good time.
La-
was it?
It was
You
lit.
liked it?
Yeah, it was a really good time. But
So-
I have to watch it with someone, though.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it was a good time. All right, one last game that we're gonna play. This is gonna be fun. All right, you can show me the clock all you want. I don't care.
We have a live. 10 minutes.
Okay,
14 minutes.
Ding.
we're gonna do one last thing. It's gonna be who says no to this trade. It's going to be QB for QB. Who says no? Hurts for Dak. Who says no?
The Cowboys say no.
The Eagles say no.
I think the Eagles say no because they just won a Super Bowl with Hurts.
Yes.
Can I say they both say no?
But I think that Dallas says no too, though.
Yeah, they both say
I
no.
think Eagles say no first.
Yeah, but I don't like the Eagles fans, so I'm going to say Dak.
Baker for Herbert. Who says no first?
The Bucks say no.
No, the Chargers say no first.
First? What do you mean first?
Like
Who reacts first?
who's saying
right away
who's
jumps to the
saying
gun and
hell
says
no?
no?
Yeah,
The Chargers are, yeah.
The Chargers.
Yeah.
But I think that
But
Tampa
Baker's arguably better than Justin Herbert, though.
There's no way in hell that Chargers would take Baker
No,
over
they wouldn't.
Herbert. But Tampa would think about it because they're thinking.
But there's a case that today he's better than Justin Herbert, though. There's a case to be made.
I'm taking the guy with
If
more.
we sat down and
debatable.
made a that's what I'm saying. It's debatable. If we
debatable.
sat down and make a case, you can make a case.
And
I
I'm
think
all
he's
for it.
I think he's a more
I'm all for
talented quarterback than
He's a
Baker.
definitely more talented quarterback.
I-
Now, who does more with less?
I-
Who knows? But he's definitely a more
I
talented
still,
quarterback.
I still
all right.
think, what's it called? The Chargers say no.
They definitely say no. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones that say
It's just
no.
it's a lot of tools, a lot of potential.
Jaden Daniels for Stroud. Who says no?
The Commanders.
Commanders.
The
say no.
Commanders say they hang up the phone.
They
on
say
him.
go fuck yourself.
Bo Nix for Caleb Williams. Who says no?
I think Caleb is better. I think the
I
Broncos
think
say
the
no.
Broncos.
I
say
think
no.
the Broncos say no because I think Sean Payne's in love
Yeah.
with Bo Nix.
But
and-
Caleb is better.
And Bo Nix does exactly what Sean Payne
But he'd
does.
be an idiot to say no. But he will say no.
But I think the Bears say no also. The Bears are like, no.
yeah, most of these, I
Yeah.
feel like both teams would say no. Which is a good game, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Put it together really nice.
Yeah,
I like
I'm cool with that one. All right, boys. This is a shorter episode, but it is all good. We have a lot of fun. We're actually about to jump on a live here in like a couple minutes.
So to wrap it up, Baker's better than Justin Herbert and Kawhi's better than KD.
Come on.
All set for this one,
One of them
folks.
is a lot more conversation. I think I don't like the Baker one for Herbert. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for following us. Thank you so much for supporting us as much as you guys do.
4 picks?
We will
In a playoff
always,
game?
always,
Four?
always,
4
always,
picks?
always
In a playoff
appreciate
game,
it.
you're supposed to win?
And Baker just
5?
lost to a rookie with the fumble. It all is good. Thank you so much. All love, baby. We out.
8 bands between
We out,
us.
baby.